President Volodymyr Zelensky just reshuffled his cabinet to help what he is calling his victory plan. He's expected to present that to President Biden later this month. Part of that plan involves Ukraine's offensive in Russia's Kursk region, possibly setting up a land swap, but the other details haven't been made public. And President Putin said today that China, India, and Brazil could act as potential mediators, albeit I don't think anyone would see Beijing as a fair arbiter. They've been supporting Russia's war effort, but that aborted deal you talked about and he was referencing was discussed in the first weeks of the war while Kyiv was in shock from the invasion.
So, Ian, if U.S. intelligence says that Putin actually wants Trump to win, why did he endorse Harris?
Oh, Lana, President Putin made these remarks with a smile, I should add, at that economic forum. He knows the world is watching. So first, we do need to remember that Putin is a former intelligence officer for the KGB. He sees the United States as an adversary, and he'll do whatever he can to create chaos in America that benefits him. So any statement should be taken with a grain of salt.
Russian President Vladimir Putin telling a crowd at an economic forum that he preferred Harris winning November's election. Keep in mind, though, U.S. intelligence reportedly believes Russia prefers a Trump victory because of his views on Russia's ongoing war against Ukraine. Now, those comments also came shortly after the Biden administration accused Russia of a widespread election interference.
Putin is a former intelligence officer for the KGB. He sees the United States as an adversary, and he'll do whatever he can to create chaos in America that benefits him. So any statement should be taken with a grain of salt. The Russian government has been behind election interference, not only in the United States, but here in Europe, as well as around the world. And yesterday, the Justice Department accused two Russian nationals who work for a Moscow-controlled news network of funneling millions of dollars to an American media company. That company then paid right-wing influencers for videos that push the Kremlin's narratives. That's according to the allegations. So when it comes to President Putin and who he wants to see in the White House, there seems to be a disconnect between what he says and what he does.
There's been this onslaught of Russian munitions to Ukraine in the past week or so. Should this be believed? Because it's based on a deal that was reached in Istanbul in 2022.